And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
What are you doing?
Eating a donut.
That's my donut.
Well, anyway, donuts aside, which I must mention are a fantastic, fantastic thing. Today we're talking about a game called Baker's Dozen. Now, Baker's Dozen is a game about donuts, I suppose. It's a card game, and the cards are round like donuts.
Hey!
It's a remaking of a previous game from Reiner Knizia called Poison. In that game, you were putting poison cards in cauldrons and you were bubbling potions. It was a card game, but the theme was just really too dark. Not that that's that dark of a theme, I suppose, but when parents want to play this really light card game, who wants to buy a game called Poison and put that on their shelves for their kids to play with? Well, on the other hand, a game about donuts, we're there. So, let's show you some more of the game.
Hey!
Yeah.
Now, in this game, there's lots of donuts in the game. And there's actually 4 different donuts in the game. Let's show them. This is the moldy donut. Who wants to eat that nonsense?
Yeah.
That's a pink donut, which is delicious, of course. Then we have white and
Another pink.
and chocolate. Now, each donut has numbers on it, from 1 to 7. And you will take a handful of these donut cards, and you'll hold them in your hand, like this. It's pretty cool, actually. Maybe they'll make more games with round cards. I actually thought it was pretty cool. You can even stick them on your finger. Woo! Alright, but when you play a card, you'll play it in the middle of the table, and it will form a row of cards. You're going to have 3 rows at the most. If you put a green one down, it can be any row, but once another color is added to it, it's that row. And the game's really simple. You play a card, draw a card. However, every time you put a card down, you look at the numbers of that row. You can see this row here is 9. We just added 5 to it, which is 14. The game is called Baker's Dozen. If you ever go over the number 13, you must take all the cards in that row and place them face down in front of you. And then we start a new one. Now, you'll keep doing that. The green ones, again, can be played in any row until the deck runs out. You play all the cards in your hand, and then everybody will look at the cards that they've gotten. If you have the most of chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry donuts, then you take them and discard them. They're worth no points for you. Every other donut you have is worth 1 point, except for moldy donuts, which are worth 2 points. Now, that's the way to play. You have a hand of 5 cards, and you draw another card into your hand. However, I recommend playing the variant rule, which is where you basically split the deck between each player, and you have a whole handful of cards that you'll use over the course of the game. It's still a very light game, but there's a lot more strategy, I think, than just play, draw. It's very fun. Hey, it's my donut. Hey. Alright, I guess I should talk about the game. Alright. Baker's Dozen. A fun theme. It's very simple. It's one of those card games that when I teach it to people, they find out it's really easy. It teaches counting to 13 or above. 13, which you don't want. You have, when to play these moldy donuts. You play it there, trying to take, when you don't want to take the cards. See, you don't want to take any cards, but if you do take cards in a color, then you want to get the most so that they're gone. Taking the second most of a color of a card is pretty annoying. The game works really well with 3 and 4 players, even though it can go higher than that. And the cards, it's very, very neat. The whole package, I usually get very annoyed at boxes like this, and I still think it would be better to come in like a donut box like Dunkin' Donuts has. But I thought it was a pretty neat idea. What do you think of the game? Nothing else to say?
It's very good and it's very fun, and also it gives a lot of
Strategy. Alright, well, until next time, I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Lola June.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.